Hello, everyone. Greetings. Happy weekend to everyone. I hope we all are having a great time. It's another session with your girl, Lucia Bini, aka Miss Remarkable, brightest Lou. So, if you're new to this program, welcome. We're family, irrespective of where you come from, irrespective of your race, your skin color, your religion, your denomination, we remain one people. And so, yeah, we are here just to always shine a light and to remind ourselves that we are light. And as every light, of course, the frequency may reduce, the intensity may reduce. So we just do those type of reminders. So our topics are always geared in that direction. First, to remind us that we are light. Second, to also remind us that as lights we may be dim for different reasons. So we have that obligation to get up each day, make sure that we are intentional about what light we want to shine and how to keep our light brighter and not dimmer. So we always have specific topics each day. Just stay patient with us and trust me, you won't regret your time with us. For the meantime, we encourage you to share so that others may easily join. It takes some minutes because of network for people to receive the notification that we are live. So we always encourage you will have seen this link or you would have able who is able to see this session to be able to share. And you never know, you may have someone to join and also learn something. So while we do that, while we take these few minutes to share, we are going to have some music break. So and we own no copyright to the songs we play. Uh, no copyright infringement for the songs we play. And please, as you come, make yourself visible in the comment section. If you can use the broken, then Lord, my heart is open. If you can use the messed up, then I'm the mess you need. If you can use a failure, I failed so many times, then made so many mistakes. Yeah. Song is titled My Destiny by Banky W. And now my focus is your purpose. Laying my life at your so we are reminded as you join, do the do diligence to share. Take all I'll never be. I surrender totally. Lord, you are my destiny. Take control of my life, my hopes, my goals, my dreams. I surrender totally. Lord, you are my destiny. Yeah. You are my destiny. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know that I'm not worthy. Sometimes I lose my way. Still, you
Welcome in, everybody. So, just be a little bit patient with us while we give few minutes for everyone to receive the notification, and those who are driving to reach their locations, and those who are cooking, maybe they should hang up, and those waiting for the link to receive it or notification that we arrive. So again, for the meantime, do us the due diligence to please share.
Take all my fears and fires. Take all my days and nights. My selfishness and pride. Till there's nothing left inside. But your authority. Your perfect will. I surrender totally. But you are my destiny. I'm willing, I'm ready, Lord, if you will let me. I love you, I surrender my everything forever. Say I'm willing, I'm ready, Lord, if you will help me. I love you, I surrender. Say my everything forever. I'm willing, I'm ready, Lord, if you help me. I love you, I surrender. I am ready forever. I'm willing to say, I'm ready. Lord, Jesus, I love you, I surrender. I am ready forever. I'm willing to say, I'm ready. Jesus,
Once more, happy weekend to everyone, and welcome to this new session or this other session. It's another blessed day, and as you can see, our topic is all about the miracles of working in accordance to a purpose or priorities. So, if you saw the headline of this video, if you can see what I see, you see something like be a blessing to yourself and those around you. Be a blessing to yourself. I started by yourself first, then those around you for a reason. So, today we're going to talk about basically priorities and certain priorities. And for me, priorities always go with purpose. We may not have the same priorities because we may not have the same purpose. I believe and I know that every human being who is intentional about his or her life must have something specific that only he or she can do. And I also know that you actually start living, like actually living the day you identify your purpose. And that's why you can see someone, one the part I saw this, or I always heard this growing up that life begins at 40. I have so many questions and I've asked so many people, elderly, young people, and I was fortunate to ask this question to my all of my grandparents, and their answers were different from younger people. And of course, growing up, I keep asking why were their answers so different and so simple compared to what younger people are telling me. And I will say this: indeed, there are some things that you only learn them with time. Yeah, because the older I get now, I understand why their answers are different. Like I said, they saw it all already. They were also in those positions where younger people are, or where a lot of not all young, some people, of course, with experience have developed or gained some wisdom also with I also believe when you get deeper in the scripture, you get wiser. So people have been, some people are wiser than their age, of course. So if I'm talking generally, the majority, why why do we have this difference in thoughts with age, with time? One thing I think is the reason, or I've realized is the reason. Is that I don't think one thing I've realized is the reason is purpose and priorities. Our priorities, of course, as human beings change every day. And as I said, it's dependent on what is your purpose. How many people really know what their purpose on earth is? How many people know what your purpose and where they are now is? How many people watching at me know exactly what they are meant or supposed to be doing now? And in that light, the past months I've been in the very, very reflective position, like questioning a couple of things and myself, like, see, are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? Are you where you're supposed to be? And yes, if, where, how, stuff like that. And so it's been so active and vibrating in my spirit to talk about this particular topic. Last week I wasn't in that. Last 2 weeks even I was in that position, so we didn't even have a session because I had a very. By the way, I was traveling to somewhere, and so I couldn't really. I thought I could reach earlier or maybe have some time, maybe, but the journey didn't permit me to do that. And last week or so, I was in another busy environment. But I think it's just the right time for us to talk about this. And the song titled "My Destiny." For those who know this artist, this particular artist, I encourage you maybe go and read a little bit. You see, okay, this is somebody who have done secular music, done different type of music, then come and give this type of song. I also like somebody was very intentional, and I had to ask some questions. Maybe what did he see that he had to come to this point of life? So that is just what I talk about age and time. That there's some things that you get with time, and so it's at 40 that some people some people become wiser, more intentional at 40. When you're young, like, to be honest, guys, when I was a kid, I remember I used to so much wanted to go to secondary school, like change environment because I knew that was the only thing that could change my environment, changing my level. Because as far as I was in primary school, and of course I would be in that same school I was at the moment. So each time I would ask my older sister, when will I also be there? She was like, "Hey, don't bother, you will soon be there." And I had like 5 more years to get to that point. Every day when I see she come back from for holidays, I'm like, when will I also be going to school, secondary school? And guys, as you all know, it happened. And when it happened, and they said, when am I getting to the university? When am I getting to high school? There's always that time that's what you see as the reader. But if we are read to ourselves, we see most of the time these things that we so much focus on are not always a real way. So that's why our topic indeed is just to talk about the miracles of walking based on our priorities, which is something I believe a lot of us are drifting away from this generation. A lot of us tend to, and I don't blame us that much, but that's why self control and self awareness are important because we are not ignorant of the fact that we live in a time and season and generation when we have excess information. We don't have enough, we have more than enough. We have excess information. The ones that don't concern us, the ones that concern us, and the ones we are not even supposed to know. So we have all these things happening, and so we tend to be living like five. It's easy for us this generation to live um, uh, like everybody and not as a self. How many of us know that we do change every minute? Like human beings, we have the possibility of being different person, like 10 different person in 1 minute, in 2 minutes, 2 seconds, in 2 days. How many of us know that? Like you can see yourself behaving as another or becoming another person without knowing. So in one day, it's easy, mostly in this time, for us to be different people and not even being ourselves for a single minute. How many of us have realized that? Like you can get up, you're seeing like you're behaving like another person, it's not you, you're not happy. And I think That's another reason why this topic is very important. So I'll take a break here to say if you just joined and you've not shared this video, take our time to be a blessing to somebody, because that's what I said today. Be a blessing to yourself by listening to content like this. Be a blessing to yourself by learning on how do I be an intentional being, how do I stay focused on my purpose, because distractions are there and things happen, of course. You get up each day, sometimes you're anxious. That is what happens. Some morning you get up, you're excited, some morning you're depressed, some morning you're like, you feel like not living, but how do you stay focused on the main day? How do you motivate yourself? How do you get up and do what you're supposed to do? And by the way, if you're a Christian, if you look everybody that we admire, that we celebrate, and I think the most celebrated person is Jesus. But if you look the life of Jesus, it was not this person who woke up every morning excited and happy, as we want to paint it this generation to look like every day you get up, you're super happy, excited. It's not the truth. The truth is some days you're like, God, do I really need to take this cup? Or is there an alternative road to go through? And like Jesus went by, prayed, and was hoping that some people will understand the situation at hand at some point. But he realized that, hey, this purpose, this journey is specific, it's not general, it's you. And what did he do? He had to go back and face the reality. So that is just what happens. Sometimes you're not in that mood. Sometimes you feel like some other person should help you, and you realize, oh, maybe hey, you're on your own. What do you do? So that's why so take some minutes not to just listen to a content like it, not to just, oh, Rosie, I love what you say, what you're doing, which is what I received in my inbox a couple of times. I just want you two to be a blessing to somebody. And there's no amount of money you can pay me for this time and for this conversation. Just all you can do is share with a loved one and be a blessing to that person while you listen. So yes, as I said, we get up each day and we have the tendency of being maybe 10 different people and not even being ourselves for a minute. And there's this common saying that fake it till you make it, which I personally don't believe in. I don't believe in fake it till make it. What if you never make it? What if you never make it? And when you fake it, when you make it while faking it, it may be so difficult to replicate it. And as a scientist and a researcher, there's something I know about. For your research to be statistically sound, there must be replications. So if you don't have replicates, you cannot say these statistics, you cannot use anything like statistically, some kind of words like that. So you want to make good results, you want to make good impact in your life, you want to be able to make things you can easily replicate. And this is not always in that direction of faking it, you making it, but it's instead of in that direction of setting the goals and staying focused on that and keep working, being consistent, be patient, self-control, those other components, diligence, knowledge, adding to add. How can I make this work? Oh, what happened? What didn't go right? Once you're in that position, trust me, it only gets better. It may get harder, but better. Because the higher you go, the more responsibilities you have, right? So today, if you don't get anything, one thing you want to take home is it always gets better and easier when you're working in accordance to your purpose, which is the truth many of us will know. The truth may never change. The truth will. It's not me. The truth will never change, but the lie will keep changing. They'll keep modifying that lie to make it look good, make it look like the truth. So the truth I'm telling you today, your purpose is really specific. And each day you get up, there are thousands of reasons not to look towards your purpose. There are thousands of reasons to get discouraged. And for those who did at least basic chemistry, we talk about extraction or know about extraction. And if you ever came across that topic, extraction, there are some elements or metals that must, for all the syllab body that I've seen for chemistry, elementary chemistry, by the way, not like advanced chemistry or college chemistry. I'm talking about basic chemistry. You will hear at least about extraction of iron. That's one of the metals that when you talk about extraction, they'll talk about it. And when you go to that, there's something you always realize in that topic is that there's a process and there are requirements. And it's specific to every metal, especially the extraction of iron ore. You have a particular process. You have, thank you, Audrey, for calling. You have particular requirements. And that is the same for you and I. To fulfill your purpose, there is a specific process for you. But I don't know how it's so hard for people this generation to understand because I see even people at 50, people say lifestyle at 40, but I am, to be honest, even at 50, some people are still doing mangas, which is not funny, right? So, yes, we all have the tendency of getting up and changing our priorities every day. And unfortunately, some of us may not be understanding or even attentive to see the significance of these changes in our lives. And this week, I feel so bad for some things happening. You know, it's okay to say, oh, there are shootings happening in America when you're not affected. It's easy to say that, but when it touches you, it's in another dimension. It's okay to say, oh, there's a crisis happening in Cameroon, and oh, there's a war in Ukraine when you are not affected. But it goes deeper when you get someone close to you get affected to that or in that situation. It deeper, you say it differently, right? So I'm just saying that today you may have not been the person being affected with all these mishaps or dysfunctioning happening in a community, but you may be the victim next time. God forbid, of course, is all we say. And of course, it's what I say. But to me, I think we have more to do than just God forbid or praying against this thing. And what do you have to do about it? Is making sure that you are a blessing to yourself and to those around you. That's one simple thing you are because you like what you're doing. Mostly, if you're in the public or you're in a position of influence, is knowing that somebody's copying from you. Somebody is copying from you directly or indirectly. Someone is watching. I post this video sometimes a few people connected, but I'm shocked. And the number of people will tell me, oh, what's this your video about this or that or this or that? And that reminds me that even when you think nobody's looking, people are looking. So that is why this topic today is about us. It's about us being more intentional about our lives and being aware and conscious of the fact that we are changing and we are changing based on the things that we are seeing, the things we are hearing. As humans, we change. So it's just like someone was telling me this week about, oh, this fruit from Africa is not the same as this fruit from the US. And I'm like, yes, of course. What did you expect? Not even the food in Africa that you're eating is not the same as the food people were eating 100 years ago. Environment has changed, the climate has changed, so things have happened. The soil is not the same, it's not as fertile, it's not as good as it was. Now we have to add manure, we have to use a lot of those pesticides, those things, and of course the consequences are real that the nutritional content and many other things are not changed. So you and I, we are in a world that is constantly changing, and I don't think a lot of us are aware about these changes or are intentional about these changes. And that's why it have affects us every day. As I said this week, I felt so bad about a couple of things happening. And one of it what happened in State University, where a student was shot and dead and died, by the way, died not dead. So it's a sad thing for me because a human being shot that other human being. You get it? It was a human being. And I sit back, what is really happening that people see it and have that courage to shoot, kill another person? To some people, as I said, when it doesn't happen to you, when it's not you that is being shot, when it's not your brother, when it's not your sister, it's okay. Like, it's my life, it's your business. But trust me, because it has not happened to you doesn't mean it won't happen to you. Yes, and we don't want to wait till it happens. That's why we talk about it now. And to me, it goes through a lot of things, and one of those things is priorities. And in all honesty, the way is going, the way our priorities is, we may have, as it's already happening, by the way, we see it mostly in the US. US used to be very secure country. Same as I always say, I'm a Cameroonian. I could see that with Cameroon. Cameroon used to be a very, very happy place to be. But we see it's no longer as it was, right? What has happened? What has changed? It's the people. It's us living in these places that have changed what is happening. Or it's human beings shooting another human. It's human beings gossiping against human beings. Human beings bringing down human beings. And it's okay to say you get up and you want to just focus on, I want to make more money, I want to be a house. But in reality, that house, you can still be shot in that same house. Which is just that sad thing that people are even scared of talking about. And that is why I say today is about you choosing to be intentional and choosing to be a blessing. And I've chosen to be that, and there are consequences, right? It's not easy to be loose, it's not easy to be brightest low. There are challenges, and the challenges are real, but the challenges won't stop me. Neither are they going to change my priority. That is a decision which is very hard to make, and I don't know how many people have had that courage to say, you know what, I have goals, I have a purpose, and the circumstances are not going to change my purpose because I live in an environment where everybody seems to be crazy. Means I should also be crazy. It is a hard decision to make, but it is a decision worth making. And in that light, I've also noticed that it's easy for us to follow what is trending instead of what we plan to even do. Not even what God has told us to do. That is another story. It's easy. How many of us have noticed that? Like, it's easy for you to get up, oh, this is what is trending, and you want to do it at everybody. As a creative, by the way, I'm not just a content creator, I'm a creative. As a creative, I think it's very dangerous. It's good to copy good things. It's good to look what other people are doing, but just doing exactly what everybody's doing and just following what the majority are doing, it's very, very destructive. And I think we are already facing the consequences of it. It's not to say we will face, we are already facing it. Many of us move, even you're going to Walmart, your children are in school, you're not that safe, right? Or you're doing your building, you're not even sure, you're not that. So we are facing those consequences. One is not only in our generation, by the way, but it's just like it's about it's just as tech is advancing, AI is becoming more obvious. So are these things also becoming more obvious. So we want to be very, very, very intentional about what we call our priorities, what we are sending out, knowing that someone is always looking. Someone is always looking. And of course, you're not doing what you're doing to entertain anyone. Emmanuel says true, it's very hard to stand alone. It's very, 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 it's not just very hard. It's very, 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 extremely very hard to stand alone. It's very hard, but if you are a purpose driven person, that is the right thing to do. There must be moments. In fact, if you don't know how to stand alone, you have to learn it now. Because I've not seen any person who is so great and famous who didn't have moments to stand alone. If you don't want to quote Jesus, maybe look Martin Luther King Jr., Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He was a great man. He had a purpose. He had to spread love. Just him standing on that, there were moments he stood alone. There were moments that he knew I will possibly be killed, but he didn't give up. He stood alone. So I believe every person who has a vision must be ready to stand alone. Every person who really has priorities must be ready to stand alone. Every person who truly has goals should be ready to stand alone. And I think this standing alone Is the fear of standing alone is the reason why a lot of us do bananas. As I always say, bananas. We do bananas, but not thinking that it may affect us. And so today I'm laying emphasis that these bananas you're doing that's affecting other people may affect you tomorrow. They always say, there's a proverb by the way that says, you allowing a snake in your house does not mean you'll be able to control what the snake will do while in your house. You allowing a snake to get into your house doesn't mean you'll be able to control what the snake will do in your house. To you now, what does that mean? We can be allowing these small negative things, corny things going on. Oh, it's just feeling good. It's just a bird, it's just a that, it's just a z, it's just a z. When those things grow, when you leave a python, when that python grows to that level, it tends to consume you. It will consume you. So priorities and the realities. When you we look around, we see a lot of things going the other way. And a lot of time, once you say, oh, there's shooting, I see there's dysfunctioning. That's the word I see. Whenever I see, oh, there's a shooting here, there's a this, I see dysfunctioning, misinformation, loss of priorities or no priorities. Coming back to each and every one of us, do you know your purpose? Hello, my brother Christian Million. It's been like some months. Happy to have you today. I'm happy to have everybody with us today. As I said, today's session, I know some people have been like, Lucy, where have you been? Guys have been reflecting. So I know we've not seen videos coming up like those regular videos back to back, but I think they're coming back because, as I said, sometimes you want to do things you think is just about when you feel good, when you're in that position where you feel good to do, but it's more than that. Sometimes it's even the negative things that ginger you to say what you have to say and do what you have to do. So your priorities will always influence your choices. Your priorities will always influence your choices. Do we all agree? I can get up this morning. My priority is just to feel good. And someone called me somewhere that, oh, there's this good thing happening, good vibes happening. That's my priority. I just want to feel good. Do you think I'll just get up and start going or not? Let me know. What do you think? You think I'm just going to sit and say, oh, I want to be bored, or I just have to get up and start going? Let me know in the comment section, by the way. So for me, of course, if my priority is feeling good, I will go. But that is not Lucy. It may be you, but not me. Each day has its goals. So if you're calling me, call me right. Tell me something good. Give me some reasons. And of course, God should also talk to tell God to tell me. That is important. That part is important. Tell God to tell me. If you talk to God, God can talk to me. God talks. The spirit is one. So that is just the same. Before somebody does something, there are things that happen. Before you get up, you say, okay, I'm eating this today. You feel like you need food. Just as we choose the food we eat, so do we have that same power to choose the things we want to do. Eating is an action, right? So every other thing you do is an action. It's a choice. And that choice is rooted, is based on priorities. In this world where it seems like it's not okay to be okay. I just want to be alone. It's not okay to be different. It's not okay to be specific. It's not okay to be unique. Sweetheart, that is a lie. And I know many of us are running so fast for that lie. And it's not how fast you go that matters, by the way. Slow down. Because that lie is the reason a lot of us are praying for things that have been given to us. That particular line like that is the reason why you're praying, God, give me light. When God say you the light. Is the reason why I said, God, give me these, that, those. When God has already given you that power to even control it, and that thing is even you. So today, I just felt it was important because, as I said, it's something that I have been gingered in my spirit to talk about. It's something that I have been gingered in my spirit to reflect about. Like, Lucy, what do you want to do? What are you doing? Is it the right path to go? And of course, I have answers. Of course, I have some things I had to also check again, think again, re strategize again, and see how I have to do them right better. And I think that is what all of us should be doing. You should, that is what makes you a better person. It's you getting up each day and checking those priorities. I know we all want to run, but as I said, it's not how fast you run that matters, but it's how far you run into your purpose. So you can be running to the wrong direction. And how do you stay focused to your purpose? It's by setting those right priorities and not just priorities other. If you are new to this family, I encourage you to go back to our videos. This year we started by optimization. It was not by chance. I believe this year is really that year that for those who have really been planting, every year there's a dispensation for those who understand this. Every year, every season, in Moses' time, there was the dispensation of the law. And in Jesus' time, there was dispensation of grace. Just in case you didn't know what I was talking about, now at least you have a little bit of an idea of what I'm talking about. So you can go back. Each year comes with a particular dispensation. And a lot of time people miss it because they focus on the wrong thing. We focus so much on what we want and forgetting that yes, there is a process, there is a journey, there is or there are requirements for each. And you want to build a house. No normal person start building a house from the roof. Do we all agree? Like no person start building a house from the roof. But a lot of time I see people talking about the end product. Oh, this is what we want. They're talking about what they want. They are not talking about what they have to do. So that's what I mean talking about the end product. But a very rational person will focus on this is what I have to do. This is what I need to do, not just the end product, because of course there are so many roads to get to that end product. If you want money, sweetheart, your people that can give you money in exchange for something, of course. So if you want money, there are alternative routes to get to that point of having money. If you want success, you want fame, there are just so many roads to get fame. So why talking much about fame instead of what you're supposed to be doing? So that is what I talk about priorities. A lot of time people have prioritized what they want to get instead of what they want to be doing. What you want to get is important, but does it come before what you're supposed to be doing? So knowing your destination is important. But should your focus just be on your destination or what the steps you have to take to your destination? So a lot of time people don't just prioritize, but they take away the process, which is the reason why I think a lot of us struggle with some things that we are not supposed to struggle. Because if you get up and tell yourself the truth, where am I? What do I have to do? You become less anxious. And that's what the Bible says, be anxious for nothing. We get up every day sometimes. Let me say sometimes people get up so anxious. Why are you anxious? It's because of what you want. It's because you're need conscious. Once you become need conscious, I tell you now, that is the trick for you to lose your priorities. That is the trick for you to even work with that priorities. Yes,
Uh-uh.
oh, this is what I need, and that is what we feed. The devil, when they say the devil come to steal and to destroy, that's it looks so good to say, but how many of us really sit back to ask, how does the devil steal and destroy? How can the devil steal what he does not have or does not know it exists? So the devil comes to help you, give you things that can take away that your good priority, that your good purpose. Do all of us know that? Let me give an example. I will use Jesus today, by the way. When we talked about the temptation of Jesus, when the devil did that, this. I know many of us know those scriptures, how to quote them, how to memorize them. It's good, don't get me wrong. It's good when you even quote them. It's good to understand them. That's what I'm saying today. It's good to understand them. Someone said the devil comes to steal and to destroy. How did the devil visit Jesus? How did the devil visit Jesus? Because that is maybe a way that we can tell ourselves the truth. As I said in the beginning, a lot of us have fed ourselves with lies like that. Those lies, we are trying to replant them every day to make them true. But the truth does not change. It's only lie that will keep changing. The truth has never changed. Science have never created. That's what it has been from the beginning. The science continue to do what? Continue to discover things that were created, and that's why we keep discovering new things, right? That's how it goes. So the truth has never changed. It's what you know that may have been changed. So talking about how was Jesus tempted, maybe let somebody share that with me in the conversation. And by the way, I would like to have more people talk with me on conversations like this. It shouldn't be just me. I know it's been busy time for all of us, no time to meet people to say, hey, join us in this amazing conversation. But it's open to everyone. I believe everyone has something unique. I believe in everybody. I believe in the power that everybody carries, everybody's gift. You are unique for a divine purpose. You're unique to be a blessing. You're unique to bless others and to be a blessing to yourself. So, is there any person ready to help me to tell me how did the devil tempt Jesus? How did the devil come to steal from Jesus, to kill Jesus? How was that? How was what was the strategy? Because there's always a strategy, as I said, there's always a strategy. We focus so much on the wrong things, which is the end product, and then we fail to pay some attention to how do we get this end product. So today we want to stick a little bit. I want to give you some tips for those who didn't know. For those who know, and sometimes life happen and we don't pay attention to this. Even me, I was sometimes like I was just doing my things and I was like, are you sure you're not losing it? Are you not sure you're not going left when you're supposed to be going right? So how did the devil come to steal and to kill? Because that's what we call the devil come to steal, to kill, and to destroy. It's good, though. But how? How does that happen? How did the devil try to do that to you? How did the devil try to do that to Jesus? It seems everybody's lies. When through the lies. Okay, good. Emmanuel says through the lies. Thank you for making. Emmanuel says his answers are always short. That's what he always said. But thank you for your short and direct answer. Through the lies. That is the truth. Through the lies. And let me tell you the lies or two things. I'll say two giving you things, giving you ideas, giving you opportunities, giving you the wrong people. That is just a trick. And if you get it, you get it. You don't get it, forget about it. But maybe you can get it tomorrow. So that is just a trick that I just recently, it has just been in my spirit that the devil is good, is so good in giving us different ideas from the main ideas. It's so good in giving us different. Oh, do you know that going through this world is so hard? You may never get it right. Just pass through this shortcut. Oh, do you know that you may never get this person? Just get this other person. If you stay like that, you will not have what you want. Take this one first. I know those are the lies that tell us, right? You may never fulfill your purpose. For now, just be doing this. And you're doing this. 1 year has passed, right? Half far, man, half far, bro, half far, sis. You're still doing it, right? And you've changed from Z to Z to so, and you're still doing the same things. What is happening? Some people don't sit back to think. That's why I say today, actually, when I send, by the way, thank you to our amazing copywriter, Mr. Nanga Fabulous. He was so ginger in the spirit, this particular topic. Normally, when I have topics, I have amazing people in the team. I don't work alone. This may look like a small thing. She just come and talk. I don't do that. I have procedure which I always have to remind some people that that goes to you. Whatever you're doing, don't take it for granted. I take nothing for granted as in nothing. So when I get up, sometimes this message comes like way before I come and share them. Yeah. So when it comes, I have some time to pray how what direction, because this is a big topic, it's very big, talking about priorities. But what direction do I want to talk about it, and what are the things I want to talk when it comes to this topic? It takes me some time to pray and reflect on, for God's grace, because guys, I depend on God's grace. I don't know about you. Yes, I read books, I listen to things that motivate me. I have amazing people that I learn from. But at the end of the day, I believe in the Holy Spirit talking to me so directly, right, about these particular things. And when it comes, I have this information and I need somebody again to put the words in order. I'm not the person who claim I know it all. So I so much celebrate the grace other people carry, and I have this amazing guy, Anangafa Bless. You can always contact him, by the way, when it comes to copywriting. So when I sent him a topic, my topic, by the way, what I said was revisiting your priorities. That was what I sent to him, because that's what I had in my spirit. Like, Lucy, revisit your priorities, and that's what I'm sharing with people. Like, it's so important because I have revisited my priorities and I've seen a lot of changes. It may not be physical, because I know a lot of time we dwell so much in the physical, but the most important part of you is not your physical, if you tell yourself the truth, which is another lie. That is the devil. The devil make us to believe so much in lies, the lies that we know, and we're in the same spot, doing the same thing, struggling with things we are not even supposed to think about in the first place, not to talk of struggle with in the first place. So I was just trying to say that when this particular topic came, I had revisiting your priorities, and I sent it to Bless, and Bless came up with five different topics. I'm like, guy, today you was fire up. Like, normally when I send, he respond, he takes sometimes days, based on his availability. So I always try my best to send it like, if I already have the topic and I'm sure this is what is coming, maybe by Tuesday latest, that's what I used to do. But sometimes I'll send on Thursday and you're like, why did you send it today late? But this particular week, I sent it late. I already had a topic, but I sent it to him late. And immediately he sent five different wordings or topics related to the same thing. And I'm like, I can see you're in the same spirit where I am. You're like so fire up. So that's why I see today I came up so blessed, because I have amazing people like that. So, what am I trying to say? In life, what we do is dependent on so many things. The important thing is you knowing the truth. Know the truth, and that truth is what will set you free. It's what will set me free. And that truth is what a lot of us don't have. That truth is what some people know but have refused to believe in. Why? Because the lies, of course, spread more than the truth. If, for example, there are a lot of people who watch my videos and never comment, that I know. But the day they will hear a lie from somebody, oh, she did that, that one they will want to spread. Why is it like that? Why do we do that to ourselves? The time you're doing something good, no, it's just normal, because it's the truth. Like, the truth is normal. It doesn't come gingering, it doesn't come like, hyper. But when it's a lie, trust me, everybody wants to trend with it. So today we want to remind ourselves, first of all, because as I said, it was intentional to say, be a blessing to yourself and those around you. Many times we want to focus on being a blessing to others, but there's no way you can be a blessing to others when you are not a blessing to yourself. For example, Jesus knew who he was. He knew his word. He knew he was a blessing to himself. That is why, as Emmanuel said, the devil came with lies. Oh, do this and I will give you that. You say you are this, do that. He know what angle that message was coming from, and he knew who he was. He knew exactly the power he had. My question to you, do you know who you are? Because that's why we change your priorities every day. Change is good, but not every change is for you. Hmm? Change is good. It's good to test new things. It's good to be with new people. It's good to eat new food, but be careful. That is important. Be careful. Thank you, Vali, for joining. So it's very important we know ourselves, which is why I think I thought that message came to me. We visit your priorities. We live in a time that a lot of information, as I emphasize, is coming to us. You get up each day, and we are tempted. Like the first thing you should do is look what is happening on social media. That is the temptation we have. One of the temptations. It's not like the devil is even coming to look for you. You are looking for the devil. In Jesus' time, I remember I asked my religion teacher this question, which I'm asking everybody maybe today also. When they talked with, I studied the temptation, like as a while I was in religion, and my teacher talked about the temptation of Jesus. There were some things that were funny because also rational beings we want to see proof for everything, right? Which is not the best, by the way. Now I know. So I asked my teacher that, so tell me, how was the devil? Was it, how was he, like physically, how did he look? Because I still believe the devil is a thought. We're just thoughts running through the mind of Jesus that run in our minds every day. You sleep, sometimes you get up, oh, let me just go and do this. And like, for example, why will somebody cheat, a married person cheat? I see it, and it's a thought that comes, oh, let me just feel good. I beg. That feel good is what not ginger you to do in anything. Why will somebody steal? Oh, I beg, I like this thing. Let me go and get it. You see, why would someone kill someone? It starts with one small negative thought. I beg, who does she think she is? Blah, 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 blah. Those type of thoughts are the things that I see as the devil. And that devil is not another person. So this is to say, we all have the power to control a lot of things, which I think a lot of us don't know. If you're poor, it's an idea. Poverty in this generation and in time, we have changed it. And that is something for those who don't know. That's why you see me available on Thursday to do what I do. Financial information. Because when you talk about finances, money, a lot of us don't have the right information. That's another lie we've told ourselves. And I'm so blessed to say I am also proud in the information that we have this generation because all the financial apps I have in my phone, starting with Cash App, for those in the US using Cash App, I'm charging you to go to your Cash App. Cash App has taken a time to give you basic definition of money. I don't know how many of us notice little things like that, but it's very important. Cash App, I use other apps like Venmo, and I realized the same thing. Most financial apps are not ignorant about the misconception out there. Many of us have our phones. Many of us have the most expensive phones on earth, but we don't have the information. How is this possible? Still another misconception that you need to use the most expensive phone to show that you're a good person, you're a successful person. That's another lie. So a lot of lies have made us lose value of ourselves. A lot of lies have made us lose value of one another. So we don't value other people. Having me is money. I know that. If you don't know, I know it. Me having you is money. Me having like my brother, bless is money. And those are things a lot of people take for granted. So if you go back to those that definition of money, you see value. Anything that gives you value. If you know that okay, this person like that has value, this person like that, you really prioritize that person. But you see in the community, I said even people who are above 50 are still bangers, are still doing bangers. So I don't see go with that than lifestyle of 40. Lifestyle the day you identify your purpose. Lifestyle the day you identify your true self. Life start the day you set the right priority, and not just priorities, but priority order, and you decide to learn to work based on your priority, which is what a lot of us have lost focus on. A lot of people get up and just follow what is trending. And at the end of the day, before the day end, you've been five different people and you've not been yourself for 1 second. And then sometimes we don't even know. You don't know you're someone else, or you're trying to be someone else. So we are really, really encouraged that it's not how far we go. At the end of the day, we need to understand what we are on earth to do. And I think that's the sweetest thing I see in a human being. Personally, I don't know about you. What do you see most? What is the most attractive thing you see in people? Let me know in the comment section. The most attractive thing, the things that make people look attractive to you. For me, it's never the look. Like the look comes after a couple of things, because if, for example, you're a man, you're a cheat, you're ugly. If you're a man and you're rude to people, you're ugly. If you're a woman and you don't have manners, you're still ugly. So it goes to so many things. So guys, let me know what makes you people attractive to you as friends, or what makes you want to have some relationship with people, maybe as business partners, maybe as spouses, as boyfriends, stuff like that. Anything. What is that attractive factor to you? So our lives and our choices will always depend on our priority. What we choose is just dependent on what people prioritize. And again, if you are new, I encourage you to stay connected with us. We are we have a page, Creative and Independent Minds. Creative and independent minds. If you have a mind that is creative and independent, trust me, you will definitely be a blessing to yourself. That is for sure. And in being a blessing to yourself, directly or indirectly, knowingly or unknowingly, you will be a blessing to others. That's what a lot of people don't know. We focus so much in wanting to be a blessing to people, but just be you. That's what I think. That's the easy way to go. Just be you. Do what you want to do. Do what you're supposed to be doing. And in that effect, just the fact that this girl knows what she wants, just the fact that this girl go through fire and she remains positive, just the fact that this guy is a principled person, we attract and be a blessing to other people. Just the fact that this person has been through this particular thing and she got it right, people will come to you and ask questions. Just because you are informed about yourself, just because you are informed about the things concerning you, trust me, people who are walking through similar journey, we want to know more from you. And at that point, you will be a blessing to them. So that is why I feel and I believe it's so important we revisit our priorities. And just yesterday, this came to my mind. Why preparing for this topic, by the way, just like taking some time to reflect, which I say is for me the important part about me is that reflection part. That's why sometimes I think mostly for us who are introverts, when we go out, we share. It's very important for us to go back to recharge. Some people recharge themselves when they are with people, but for me, that's not the case. I recharge when I have to sit back and ask some questions to myself. Look, Lucy, what were your goals for April? What did you achieve? What have you not achieved? So taking away every noise, every other thing, what people are saying, that one not concern me. So sitting back in that position, like Lucy, what was your goal this year? Lucy, what was your goal last year? And to me, writing those things down is important. So because I've been able to revisit those things, I get up a lot of time with gratitude. With gratitude, not because I have it all done, but gratitude because I can go back and know where I was last year. I can go back and check what were my goals in 2020 and how those goals, how did they go? So I can go back and check, oh, where was I in 2015? And what really did I want at that time? Which I think a lot of times we take these things for granted. If you don't do these basic things, trust me, you get up each day, God give me this, and the next thing you're weak in your spirit, you're broken in your spirit because God does not respond sometimes immediately, which is a truth. A lot of time people make it look like, oh, because you're a child of God, because you're a fire ministry, whatever, you're praying, you're inspired, you're anointed. As you call God, God will just say yes and take it now. God may say yes, and just like you have, I always tell people, whatever you do, have at least a model. If you say you're a Christian, you're not the first human being to be a Christian on earth. Look some people who have walked through your path, learn from them. There are some things that we all can avoid by learning from people, other people who have walked through a same journey or similar journey. But in this generation, it seems like, we just need to follow what is trending, which is not good. It's just not good. It's not the best. So, as I said, while preparing for this, I just remember that everybody used to say I used to be very stubborn growing up. And this got me laughing because I was talking to my parents, by the way. So, as a kid, by the way, I used to play a lot, and I smile saying it now. I used to play a lot in the sense that, and I know some people will come and pretend not to be like, oh, they were the best when that's your business. Me, I was a kid, and I accept I was being a kid, and I accept that part of full chess. So as a kid, I used to play a lot. But also when it came to serious, I used never to be this person who would go home and study. Like I had friends that would be in class, they are serious. They go to the house, they are serious. If you knew me in primary school, you know, you know. So I used to play in class. After class, I play. Go to the house, I play. So at the end, I was being disciplined every day for just playing. Every day for just playing. And what came to my mind yesterday was the fact that they could send me to go and get something maybe in the room. I get in the room, I saw something, I start playing with it. And I'll play to the extent that maybe I used to even forget that somebody sent me. And guess what? That's where another part of the disciplining will come and play. Like, trust me, it wouldn't be easy after that. Oh, did I not send me to come and get this? But you know how it goes. If you're an African and you go in my continent, you know what they will tell you and what they will do to you. So I always find myself in that situation, like every day. When they'll tell me, maybe just go and get a plate and come and do this. I'll go to get that plate. I'll take something and start making me play the drum. And they'll discipline me today. I will go back the next day. I'll do the same thing. That was just to say I was just that playful person. And I remember they were like, okay, you can't go out to play. You can only play in the house, around the house. By the way, good, we have a good space to play. So I was like, okay, call my friends. You know what? I can't go out today. Can you people come over? They will come. And when they saw that, hey, saying that not going out, she will not play. She'll still play. So there was this new law like, after 6 p.m., you should not be outside playing. Trust me, guys, I'll play till 7 p.m. See, when I see someone coming with a whip. So now what why am I sharing this part of it? By the way, my continental people, you know how it goes. You know what happens after when you're caught playing instead of doing what you're sent to do. You know, right? So I will not talk much about that. And I always have my good share of that. So this is just to say, when they said that they will come to steal and to destroy, it's not like the devil is coming in that form that you think like a very scary human being coming to attack you to steal your things. No. It's just those things that you could keep by the side, that you could not do, that you do. That's the real devil. Those things that, of course, looking at this now, I tell myself, for me to have more peace, I could have more peace by knowing that I could play, just be a better person, which I am by God's grace, and keep to be Yeah. You can like, okay, go and get the thing and give to mom or whoever is sending you, and like, okay, mom, can I go and play now? At least at that time they'll be more relaxed to say, yeah, she has done what she's supposed to do, and then now she can have this. And in that light, I now say, talking about priorities, that's what came to my mind, by the way, specifically. Like, as us working, we sometimes forget that we're working for somebody. To everybody, what are you working for? If you are employed, for those who are employed, you have an employer, you have somebody you're reporting to every day, right? Can you go to your employer place or to your place of work and do what you feel as to do? Or do you go to your place of work and do what aligns with your job description? Let me know that in the comment section. Do any one of us, I have worked with a couple of people, by the way, at least 10. Last time I counted was 13. I just said at least 10 just to be more accurate. The last time I counted, different places I've worked with, which I'm like, for a short time though, but I've worked with at least 13 different institutions. So more than 13 different people. And each of these people, they have their own, because of doing different things, different instruction. I've even worked in a place that maybe you have to come in, sign up, or get to the place of work 1 hour before. They have to brief you guys every day. Like, yo, that part was annoying though. Every day, and before you start work, and you have to register your name, stuff like that. And 3 p.m. someone is coming to check how did they go, make sure that everybody's still there and stuff like that. Then after like 5 p.m. you still have to go and register, sign out. It's like that. But that is the procedure. That's what the employer needed, and that's what I had to do. Added to what specifically my duty was. So I've come to realize that a lot of us fear our employers. A lot of us don't just respect, fear our employers. But that's not the problem. My question is, do you also fear the real person who sent you, the real person you're working for, the way you fear your employer? A lot of us, not just employer, for us also in business spaces or entrepreneurs, I think we fear also the people that supervise us, wherever you find yourself, the people that give us money. If you know that this is the person that controls your paycheck, you want to be very nice to that person, you want to be very kind to that person. Do you do the same when it comes to the person who sent you on earth? That is the question. I'm not going to twist it any way around to make like, oh, it's not. That is the question. So I realized that a lot of time we are so need conscious. Need conscious. That is the word. We are so need conscious. Like we know the things we need. I need money, of course. Who doesn't need money? Who here doesn't need money? I need to be happy. I need food. I need to get up and eat good food. Who doesn't want to eat good food? So we lay a lot of emphasis on our need instead of our purpose. That is where the problem is. That is where we give that permission to whoever we call the devil. Once your focus, your priority shift from your purpose to your need, from what you want to be. If you say, "Oh, I'm a follower of, I'm a Christian," I believe your priority should be Christ conscious, not need conscious. And because of that, we've seen consequences like children being able to get up and hold guns and shoot anyhow. Why? They need to feel good. That's what it is. There's a void and you need to feel good. That's a need. You may accept it, you may deny it, but that is someone's need. You've seen people feel like, oh, it's okay, I need to have 10 boyfriends. You need to feel good. That's a need. Oh, it's okay, I have to spend my money anyhow. It's your money. You need to feel good. But is this a problem? Sweetheart, if nobody told you, I'm telling you today, it's a big problem. It's not just a problem, it's a big problem that mostly in this generation that we have a lot of people flaunting the 1%. We have 24 hours a day. In 24 hours, if I have to talk and keep talking, I'm not sure personally I can talk. By the way, I can talk for a long time, but I don't see myself talking for more than 4 hours, which means I still have 20 hours. I don't know what is happening, right? A lot of time we forget this part. So we see what people share in the highlights one day, oh my good this, my good this, and we get so anxious to get those things. And those becomes a priority. Gradually our priorities shift. And gradually we see ourselves even hating people we don't know in person. We see ourselves envying people that are even reaching to be in a position without knowing. Some of the people we really want to be like, the truth is they wish they were in your position. So, what is my take home message? What is my take home message? The miracles we are looking for lies in our priorities. The miracle we all are so much desperate for lies in our priorities. Moses performed a miracle, right? Do we all know that? Moses performed miracles. Moses is one of these people. The Bible stated he was the most humble person in his time. If you didn't know, go and check it. He was the most humble person in his time. And looking at one of our favorite fathers in the Bible, which is Abraham. Abraham was that person that God could share his plan with. You know what that means? Hey, God could tell Abraham that, hey, you know what? I have plans to go and destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. What did Abraham do? To marry that trust, that love, that friendship, that relationship. That's what I'm telling us today. That is where you have true power. Abraham had even the time God gave him that permission to choose where you want to stay. Do you want to stay in Texas or in New York or in California? Just tell me and I will bless the land for you. That was that type of Abraham did not work extra like we work a lot of us work extra hard, right? That's never the case when you're doing the right thing. It may take time because Abraham's story took time, which is a time that I know the devil will come and tell you, oh, you don't need to go through this process. You just have to go this way, and this is where everybody goes. It's a lie. It's a lie. And I know a lot of us will relate to when we are 60 or the day you're pronounced dead. Of course, I'll not wait for that to reach and I write that long message or post that on social media. I'm telling you now that you can hear me. And that's why I said today, I encourage you to bless someone with this particular video because the way the world is going, a lot of lies are being propagated and the consequences are so annoying. The consequences, we see them, but we take them for granted. And guess what? As I said, we can let the snake get into the house, but we can't tell the snake what to do while in the house. So those little things we are letting, it's just okay, we feel good. It's a business, it's his business. It will be your business tomorrow. But we pray it doesn't be your business in that negative direction. And while we pray, I just want to emphasize that we all have something to do, and that thing starts with you. Before you start telling people how they should live, you be intentional by checking your own priorities. That priorities will influence how you treat yourself, how you look at yourself, how you treat other people, and how the choices you make. Of course, we are not ignorant of the scams of man. So we don't want to live as vagabonds, just existing, just taking what comes. But we want to be intentional, mostly us who are creative and independent minds. And my favorite name is Brightest Glow, if you don't know. Why? Because that reminds me each day that losing your light, irrespective of how dim your light may want to get or things that may want to dim your light, get up knowing that you are brightest blue. And it's for me, it's not a Lucy thing, it's not a Lou thing, it's everybody. It doesn't matter what your name is. You are a sword and you are a light. Sit back, ask yourself, have I actually be a sword I'm a light? Or have I been looking for the salt, somebody to make this world better? If you're a salt to a world, you're a salt to anything, what does that mean? It means you have a role to play to give taste to that thing, just in case you didn't know. If you are a light, you should not be among those sitting and complaining about how dark the bad things happening. You should be among those waiting to make a difference. You don't need to be for some people on social media, they don't need to have 10,000 followers to make a difference. Change your own life first. Just set those priorities right for yourself first. And eventually, if you have children, those children will benefit from it. And changing those children is a way of changing the next generation. If you don't have children, the brothers or sisters or friends that are looking at situating with you will copy something, at least one thing good. That's a way you are blessing other people. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to have 10,000 followers, you need to be a billionaire, you need that is the lies they have told us. And that is a lie. I'm like, truly, if you didn't know, those things are lies. Start by digging the truth for yourself. And in that regard, I would say we are ending here for today. And for Christians, make sure you still read the word for yourself. Last year, the message was simple: walk by the light. Walk by the light. Because there's a lot of darkness, a lot of wilderness. And last year, for me, the one message that helped me was the fact that a lot of us are in the wilderness because of disobedience and memory and grumbling rather. So a lot of times we disobey simple instructions that have been given to us. There may have been some things that you've had in your spirit, God have told you to do. And you decided that, oh, I'm not going to California because California is going to be tough. Of course, God never said it's going to be easy. I'm going to Texas because that's where I feel I have to go. The consequences are real. You work in Texas for 30 years, you will not see anything. That's how it goes. And we can see that practically happening every day, every time. But if God says, go to Egypt, you go to Egypt. Egypt is a tough place, but because that is where you are sent to go, God will give you the power to do the miracles and to be a miracle and to be a liberator. You can only liberate, you can only be a blessing when you understand your value and when you're able to obey. So, guys, enjoy the weekend. And yes, just to say, yes, I know I've not been active, but I'm back. For those who have been in my inbox, like what has been happening. I know I've not been. Sometimes, as I said, you have to take some backward steps, or sometimes you have to take no step and just take some time to analyze one or two things and see if there are some things you have to do, some things you have to adjust, which was just that period. And I'm grateful I did it, which it may not be. I'm even surprised that some people notice that most of the people have been in my inbox. I'm really surprised because I thought I've been active somehow. I've been trying to show up. But anyhow, I'm going to show up better by God's grace henceforth. So enjoy your week indeed and be a blessing to yourself and also to those around you. That is what really matters. Your blessing, your legacy will live forever. Some things are temporary, but the way you make people feel will be forever. Be intentional and live a purpose life. There is a blessing to that. See you guys next week sometime. So just in case you forgot to to subscribe, that is for those who are watching us on Facebook, Brightest Light TV. You want to keep your light shining and you want to have people who have positive energy. And that is what we try to do. We want to create that environment of positivity. And so, not to miss anything, I just encourage you, it costs nothing. Click the subscribe button. So, on Facebook, please, we encourage you to do same. We have no price to our content for a divine reason. So, which means all you can do to support, if you like these topics, if you like what we are doing, is just to share. Just to share, to bless other people with it. That encourages us that at least we're doing something good. So that's all you can do. So stay blessed, guys. We're trying to see how we can be more active here, but till then, till then, let's get some stability. So bless weekend, everybody. Bye bye.